Yeah, see, at least I let you know. You know what I'm
No, for real, for real.
saying?
It was just, it wasn't. I'm
The
joking,
way it
but
sounded, right?
it wasn't. It's just something you wouldn't say. But I remember we talked about this. I know why you said it's all good.
Yes, 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 yes,
It
yes.
was funny and shit.
What you
What's
got
up,
going
though?
on today?
Shut them off. So music, 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 music.
I hear that. I hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Get it in.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I've been. I don't know. It's all. It's. I think it's just. It's all creative. That's all it is. It's all creative. Um. I've been just doing a lot of AI shit as of lately. You know, shit like that. Just trying to. It's a lot. It's a lot more AI that's
Mm.
out there, and I'm trying to I've been really working with like working with a lot of different shit, you know. So is this music for you? Or this for a project?
Yeah, this is for the Alien Gang projects that's on the way for it's multiple of them, but yeah. Um, but I also got some solo stuff I'm gonna try to get in. I would actually like to make something to post for some, you know what I mean, some new shit for the gram or something for the other little
Yeah,
Twitter and
yeah.
all that shit. I haven't posted nothing in a little second.
Tyson fight Logan Paul. That shit gonna be on Netflix.
Are they gonna kill you, Jake?
Hold on, is it
Yeah,
Jake or Logan?
it's Jake. It's
Yeah,
Jake.
Jake.
Logan is the big doofy one that fought Floyd.
Yeah. He been and he been doing wrestling for a little bit. He's actually pretty good.
I respect him in that field.
Yeah,
As far as what I've seen from him, I've seen him do like a fucking 450 splash from the top turnbuckle onto the table. I had to
yeah.
respect it like shit.
He like I'm like, bro, you like he's good in this shit. But I know he got other things he got going on, but like I see him like eventually like making wrestling his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like cuz he actually and he's and he's good on the mic, but see he that's cuz he already was kind of doing shit like that, when he was just a YouTube personality.
Yeah, true that. True
The
that.
thing,
You know, I never even looked into what was the outcome of what was it, him and Roman, right?
yeah, him
And
and
like
Roman.
Saudi Arabia or something. I knew they wasn't going to talk about it because when anything happened over there, usually it's just for their entertainment.
Yeah.
But
I watched it though. It was good. I mean, he lost, but it was good though.
nice.
It was it was definitely good. Wrestling doing big things though. They doing big things. Raw about to be on Netflix in January, which is going to be
Yeah, that's a
interesting.
big move. Speaking of Netflix, Netflix is work the resurgence. Well, I ain't gonna call it that because we're gonna wait to see. We already know they're gonna go dumb with the numbers for the Tyson and Jake Paul fight, and I don't know. Are you have you seen the little like shit that comes with if you I guess if you get it for if you get the subscription I guess for like the subscription was something like free subscription for like a crazy amount of years or some shit like that. I'm like, yeah, they just gonna make up with
Oh wow.
they they have a reason to have people come there now. So I'm assuming just the busyness
Yeah.
going on their app is what's gonna really make the all the subscriptions rather, should I say.
Nah, I haven't seen anything. I mean, we got our normal $25 a month subscription. Um, I,
That's what it is now?
yeah, but it's like but then we ain't got to worry about paying for fucking for like anything extra. You know what I'm saying? And plus, like, it's
You
huh?
pardon me. So do y'all have a different tier of
Yeah, we do.
okay, all right.
Yep.
I'm thinking that's the new minimum. I'm like,
Oh no,
word?
not nah.
The
The minimum is
fuck?
still pretty low. Like the 25 like that one is that's like the highest tier. But it's
Okay.
worth it though, because at first I was like, nah, I ain't fucking with Netflix. But now, but they be having good shit, and
They do.
they still putting more shit on there. So it's like, man, god damn it. Like so,
It
I
seemed
just
like
gotta,
between the documentaries, the stand ups, and
yeah,
especially what I mean, they're gonna go dumb. I don't even know if people like what people gonna do after, but Netflix subscription may break some type of record that never existed with this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul
Oh
shit.
hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm almost tempted to get some stock in them just to see if I can like this, because the
Right.
stock market been going crazy
Smart.
since since the election. The stock market went fucking bananas, and I'm
I
like,
seen it went up like and down drastically, right? Like
yeah, well, it's like I think Bitcoin reached 75,000, which is the highest like per coin, and I'm like, God, every time I look at that shit, I'm like, bro, I wish I would have.
I
I
think
mean,
that's panic from some people. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, it's like that shit went up. I'm like, damn, like so anybody that like that's sitting on a decent amount of Bitcoin, is sell, but nobody wants to sell. Even when they get high, they just want to hold on to it, or they'll sell a little bit, but keep the rest. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it's kind of like work. It's like a bank account for real, for real. But it's a bank account that's like really volatile because it can go down real low or it can go up real high. That Vince McMahon has a docu series on Netflix. I started watching it. It's really good. And when the,
That's
and
interesting. it's,
what's
it's
so dope
interesting.
about it is that when the docu series starts, it's before all the shit with him happened. But as it's ending, towards the end, it's after. So it takes place like when the shit happens. And I haven't gotten there yet, but they say you see the tune of a lot of wrestlers change when they get to talking about them towards the end, because this is after all the shit has been, surfaced and aired out and shit.
Okay.
So like, it's
I can respect that. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like I fuck with Vince, but my thing is being I
all
don't
that
like
that other shit, right?
I mean obviously that, but I'm saying the fact that you said it made me look at it differently now. Because I was
Yeah.
about to say like the fact that they got a documentary out about him during what's going on, but now that you're saying that, I'm like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
so there's something real about it. Ain't no like
Yeah.
not gonna act like this nigga ain't on. You know what I mean? But
And they
yeah,
say even when you watch it, it lets you know that the document that it was shot before all the shit happened. So like Netflix is like, yeah, nah, we not condoning anything that he did. It's just that this was shot before, before everything went down. But I've been watching it though. It's been good. Like the story of him and his father was really interesting. Cause like he didn't meet his biological father till he was like fucking 12. So he was living with his stepdad and his mom. And his stepdad was beating him, like fucking him up every day.
just about that. I think I vaguely remember that from something I seen back in the day.
And then he bought his father out of the business or whatever. And his father, everybody, it was a bunch of different territories and shit. But once Vince bought his father out of the business, that's when Vince started like invading territories and kind of like, you know, spreading
Shaking
just
shit up.
just spreading WWE all over. And I was like, that's because he didn't give a fuck, man. He like, and the thing is, these wasn't like, because he was saying like these territories wasn't exclusive. It was on, it was like off of handshakes. But he was like, well, shit, they don't, pretty much, they don't own them. So I'm gonna,
Right.
I'm gonna be whatever. But it's the pop. But they were saying like this, Vince could have got killed because some of those territories, like the promoters and shit, they was on like mob time.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, Vince ain't gonna speak on it, but I don't think Vince was just out there just willy nilly. Vince ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't see him doing that. I see him he probably has some Goonies with him.
Oh
But
yeah, he would have, especially if he come from bread like that.
hell
I wouldn't
yeah,
even expect no expense on the security or whatever version of that is for you. Know what I mean?
yeah. And I've been watching. I don't watch AEW, but I've been watching it because they got fucking. They did what I
Moxley.
wanted them to do on like with the Hurt Business. So it's the Hurt Syndicate now. So Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin, they're on AEW now, and they put
Nigga, I read that and hold up. You said Bobby Lashley,
Shelton
yeah,
Benjamin.
MVP and Shelton Benjamin.
Yep, because that was
MVP
because
is back as a manager or as a wrestler?
as a manager, it was the same group they had
Yeah,
on fucking on uh on WWE. They they put it back together on AEW, but it's called the Hurt Syndicate. But here's the funny thing, because so Shelton Benjamin name is still Shelton Benjamin. Like they all got
that's
their
his
same
real name.
names. You know what I'm
That's his
saying?
real
So
name, I believe.
okay, because I'm like normally they don't let them do that. But I mean, you can't take somebody's real name. But I ain't
Right.
gonna lie,
Smart.
I've been tapped in because I'm like, listen, I like that. I like what they doing with this. Like that shit is alright. And I got a feeling Big Man gonna wind up being on AEW or Moss,
Oh yeah.
because he is like
I've
wasted talent.
That's the thing, bro. Like, because it's funny as you was talking. I've talked about this before too, but even what you was just saying, like, sparked that thought. Like, WWF has all the wrestlers. Like, even if you were to, so they can lose 50. They could lose 50 guys and still be walking around with 20, 30 super, super impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got all the wrestlers. So, like, even now, I've been paying attention to AEW since it dropped. Don't get me wrong. I go out of my stints with wrestling. Like I still fuck with wrestling, but I'll go through my points in time where I'm like tapped in for 6 months and then I might not watch shit for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it
Yeah,
be like that. But with AEW, I've been watching them since the beginning, more frequently the first couple of years. And I've just been peeping how many wrestlers from WWF been going over to AEW. So I mean, I feel like essentially that's gonna kind of make the climate better. Cause one, we already see the turnaround that Triple H and Shawn and all that shit that's
yeah,
been doing with that. And then you take the fact that you got all these, because we know when it kind of watching wrestling, what really make that shit work or not is with the type of dudes that you got in there. We already know if they could cut promos and all that type of shit. But that's one of the things that I did respect about AEW in the beginning.
yeah,
They actually getting killed for it now, but when AEW started, like it wasn't like a slogan, but the thing that they was running with was like, we not here for like all the um stories, all the like drama. We just here for the wrestling.
right.
And it was like cool. So it was a breath of fresh air in the beginning, but then as like like got into it a year or two, people was like, all right, man, we need some, because now you just seeing 8, 9 people in the ring all the time. They just doing the most crazy, but it's the stories. And now it seemed like they've been going to go with certain stories, and I've been seeing them getting killed for it. But Jim Cornette, they killed. He's disgusted by them and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
It was hella
Fucking.
entertaining.
But you know what though? I don't know if I always wonder if WWE has like a patent on light mechanics, and here's why I say that. Because if you look at WWE, it's always bright, and the lighting is always different. Like it's you know what I'm saying. It's the brightness is always like that, right? But if you look at WCW, WCW had that shadowy doom and gloom look.
Smoky.
Yeah,
Yep.
like and AEW has the same exact thing. I'm like, why does AEW like they favor WCW and so like when it comes to that look, like why you
Because
know what I'm
that's
saying?
that raw vintage throwback. You could smoke in the arena type of. You
Okay,
feel me? Like
yeah,
I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie. We definitely noticed that. Well, with WWF, they've been on top. And that's how old school. I don't even call them E like
right,
that, but they've been on top for so long, especially since they got WCW out the way,
right.
that they've just been the big finished product. You know what I mean? So AEW kind of showed up with the raw, just you know.
But
But now with all the vets that they got over there now, they can legit like I don't know exactly. I haven't been watching it close enough right now to say exactly what's going on with all the guys that AEW showed up with, but I do know that they got enough veterans over there now, especially what you just saying, what you said about the Hurt Syndicate being
yeah,
there, that they could throw a pay-per-view with primarily vets and a couple young, great
mm,
guys, and it'll be something to talk about now.
hell yeah. But then if you like, so here's why I like, and granted I fuck with AEW, but I know for a fact that WWE is gonna kill them because first and foremost, they have a like their backing is crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're part of the TKO's brand, which is also the owner of UFC. You know, and that's money. That's marketing money and everything.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I would never argue what WWF bag looks like because it's like, you know what I'm saying. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna argue that, but you know who the owner or the funder of AEW is?
yeah. The Jacksonville Jaguars owner.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
I don't know.
well, the thing is, because I've been watching the Jaguars play, so I'm hoping he's putting more money into actually getting some decent players. But
Ah!
I can't talk because my team is the Cowboys, and we're shit on we're shit on a stick. Secondly, and I'm fucking going off topic. Your fucking
No, talk your
Ravens,
shit.
your Ravens had me taking blood pressure medicine because I
Yeah,
bet on them niggas, and they was just like
fucking
they
around.
man like bro. I was like, but yeah, but you know what though? This is what you call a championship team. They was fucking around, but they came back and won. Not to mention, shout out to Lamar. I think it ran like 30 yards back and then
Right.
ran almost to the fucking touchdown.
That was
He-
like playing with Vic on Madden back in the day. Like this
bro,
nigga.
that shit was beautiful. I said, listen, I said, listen, this is this is what you call a championship team because like it wasn't no blowout. They played it all the way to the end, and I just like the game had me on the edge. I was like, these niggas, but they playing. Like,
Yeah,
and granted, Cincinnati definitely they came to play. They fucking Jamar Chase was getting busy, you know. But like I really enjoyed that game. But I know for a fact the Ravens can beat Kansas City. That first game they played Kansas City, that was bullshit. Not to mention the refs just don't like y'all.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the people know that. I've been saying people say that a lot, but they are in our way. Like we're not gonna be able to do nothing until we figure that out.
Yeah,
I do think what you said is correct though. With the like, we can't afford to, despite how good Patrick Mahomes is and the team is, we can't really afford to. Way easier said than done, but we can't really afford to go like to. We have to like stomp them out so that we can't. So the refs can't do that, and so it's no, you know what I mean.
yeah. And the
I
thing
know that's
is,
way easier said than done, but
Kansas City, they not blowing nobody out. Like I've been watching the games, like I haven't seen no like no. I mean it probably, but I don't watch every game, but I haven't seen any insane games where it was like 50 something to 7 or some shit like that. They barely made it past Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is though, a win is a win, and I get that. But like I hope Bacon, y'all coach is dope. I know for a fact that he watching that shit. I mean, of course, you don't want to base y'all whole season on fucking on Kansas City, but they the only ones
right,
that's in y'all way. Cause like, man, yeah, Pittsburgh ain't stopping y'all. Pittsburgh not stopping y'all. Like,
they
you know,
gonna stop themselves.
yeah,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying. So like, but I don't know. I really want to see the Ravens, and I should be saying I want to see the but Cowboys ain't doing shit to Jerry Jones die. So I really do want to see the Ravens.
Fucking dumb.
I want to see the Ravens get a ring. I want to see Lamar get a ring. I want like Derrick Henry, like y'all got some guys on that. Like I would love to see them like go to the chip and get a ring.
I
Cause
said before, my fault. I
no,
mean
you go
to
ahead.
start, man. We not supposed. I don't care what nobody said, bro. We not supposed to have. And I could say I'm not even talking football. I'm just talking in Baltimore Ravens culture. We not supposed to have fucking like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry
In the
and
same backfield.
whoever. That's the closest thing we're ever gonna get to like a Ray Lewis and a Ed Reed, and obviously
Yeah,
those two. It's levels, of course, but you get what I'm saying as far as the level of talent is what I'm saying. That's kind of like we haven't seen nothing like that since those guys where you get all that. You know what I mean? Like that shit was crazy. So I remember the moment I realized, like watching Lamar play,
yeah,
and as like you know what I'm saying, we used to getting keep it a buck. We used to having like a really good kicker, a decent, okay quarterback, and I'm talking about before Flacco and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And a decent, okay quarterback. You know what I mean? And maybe some solid wide receivers that was the shit at a time, and they cool now. Like we kind of used to that type of culture. So to get something like a Lamar Jackson, like that's a future Hall of Famer right there. We got out the gate for real. We haven't seen something like that on our team in a long time for real, because they don't typically go for the whoever the hooplas around. They go for like solid statistics and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true.
So it's just interesting.
Out of all the
I think
sports,
that's
what sport do you follow the most? Like you come off as a basketball guy.
basketball,
I'm about to say, like I see
definitely
you.
basketball. But I tap into football too. I'm the only thing about football is that like I fuck with sports. I'm more I'm more drawn into who's the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I'm not just a must watch sports type of dude. Like I never really, because I grew up in a household of that as a kid when I cared nothing about it. And that didn't make me care about it. I didn't really start fucking with sport. Like technically some will argue that this is a sports entertainment, but wrestling is what I watched. Like obviously, like when I was a kid, I watched like Jordan in the finals and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And whenever he played and stuff like that, and then eventually that would turn into me watching Kobe games and AI games. Like I watched the talent. I ain't really like I'm not no disrespect, but I ain't really watching no team where the niggas ain't the shit for real.
I
I
feel you.
don't love it. I don't love it that much.
Can't enjoy it.
Yeah,
Like the nigga that's on the Spurs, big tall nigga, Victor.
Wimbiana.
This nigga is a piece of shit because
What you
let me
say?
tell you
Oh, he
something.
fucks up. Oh, he fucks
He
up.
fucks up. He fucked up the money. Yes. Like so, I bet it on FanDuel. Right. It was points and rebounds. 25. So 25 together. So like he can do 10 points, 10 rebounds, however you want to do it. It was 25 altogether,
Right,
and he got 20. And I'm like, bro, rebounds should be like
right,
like
right.
why is a
Breathing for
combo for a
you,
nigga
nigga.
that's like 9 feet tall? Like, but
Get
I
that
but
nigga
then I watched
sleep.
him play, and he's like really like he's tall, but like I've seen like his body ain't where it need to be. Like
Yeah, he ain't
I've
got
seen him
that
get
grown
muscle.
man body yet.
Yeah, I've seen him get muscle. And I'm like, oh, okay, but whatever. Fuck that nigga, cause he fucked up the money. But
He
like,
look exactly like he built like the way KD and the way Giannis was when they was real. You know what I mean? Lanky. Like even
yeah,
KD, that's his natural build and shit. But Giannis, but then I ain't gonna lie, I might feel a little differently about that because recently I cannot remember if it was Gilbert Arenas or Baron Davis. I can't remember who it might. I don't think it was Baron Davis, but somebody recently said that KD won't lift weights. See, here I am thinking he got one of those body types that no matter what I do, this is just as much as, you know what I'm saying? They said, no, he will not. So I'm like, oh,
why
I
not?
mean, that's what I'm saying. Because imagine, I mean, KD tall as shit, so we know he's
Imagine
skilled,
him
but
lifting
a
weights though.
post, you know what I'm saying? Throw a little body, like, it's like, but I get it.
Well, the thing is too, like the guys that play basketball now, they bitches because, like, because
Talk
if
that shit.
if you look, because if you look like when I heard the the the,
Yeah,
the
Philly, yeah,
yeah, like
yeah,
right. So like
indeed.
I was looking at I was reading this chart and it was showing the ratings from
Mhm.
when Jordan and them played to
Yeah,
I'm gonna say maybe a little bit of Kobe, but like the LeBron and all them era.
okay.
And there is the ratings is when Jordan played from let's say from like 90 to whenever he retired. This is including when he left to go play baseball because the Bulls were still the Bulls. They
That's
still had
facts.
people. Them like so the NBC the ratings 28 million, 35 million. You know what I'm saying on a regular. When Jordan and them left and and the band broke up, it was like 15 million, 9 million. Even when even even for the championships, you know what I'm saying, 15 million. Like it was crazy how much the ratings dropped once like that Jordan era left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because like I mean, Kobe was kind of the because he was there when Jordan was there, but but like I think Jordan was about to leave or had already left. Maybe I'm not really sure.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, Kobe was drafted, I believe, in '96, but he didn't get to play that year. I believe the coach was trying to like prove a point, like
Oh
Kobe, like on some, yeah, we know you the shit from high school or whatever, but you ain't. We don't show favoritism to the new hot shit around here. That's what Kobe said. He felt like it was. So I
yeah.
believe he sat on the bench for a year, and then he actually got to match up with Mike only after a backup to the starter couldn't play. They put Kobe
Mm.
in, and Kobe went the fuck off, and then it was like, all right, this nigga got to play now.
His evolution is amazing. Kobe's evolution, like if you look at if you compare, like now Mike came on in '84, and you brought it to
Uh,
my attention. Even though they didn't go to the championship, Mike was still going off. I didn't pay attention to that. Like he was still doing it. He was still doing his thing. But like when Kobe like started going like really like locked in, that
uh,
nigga was incredible. Like I don't remember a season. But I didn't. I don't follow him like your traditional basketball fan would. But I don't remember a
right.
season of him like not going off. Like his first 2 years there, they was what they were. But after that, it was like Kobe was going the fuck off. And I'm trying to think. The Lakers ain't go to the championship until Shaq got there, right? I think once Shaq got there, that's when they started like really going. Because I don't remember them going until Shaq got
Hold
there.
up. You know what? All right, hello. This recording. This recording.
Yes, yes, sir.
I don't know. Let me say this, man. Shit got me hot. I'm tired of this shit.
Okay,
So first, if you ever go against somebody that don't really fuck with Kobe just because of the rivalry, because he was smoking their team or for whatever reason,
right.
or and sometimes and not it's not sometimes it's not even about not fucking with Kobe because it is the facts to an extent where you hear people say like, "Yo, Kobe only got his first two rings." No, pardon me. Kobe only got those rings. Those rings he got was because of Shaq. And I was like, well, if you know, Shaq was there. He's like, "Yeah, Shaq. I mean, what you mean? He had Shaq on his team. If you're gonna talk like that, then why don't Penny got ring?
Mm,
Hmm?
mm.
Shaq was with Penny, and why Shaq? You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that. But we're not gonna act like Shaq wasn't the most dominant. I'm definitely not gonna deny that had damn near everything to do with the first two rings, but they don't talk about it when the third ring is that Shaq got put out the game before the game was over and when the game was still very much anybody could take it. And Kobe had to carry that home to get that third ring. They don't talk about that. And in them other games, them other rings that they got together in them other two where Shaq was being Shaq, Kobe had like fucking 30 and 20 something. And so, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like
Yeah.
Shaq out there dropping 60 and Kobe got 15 and 10 and shit like that. But it's not to take nothing away from the most dominant player. And with all respect to Michael Jordan, I do think
I'm
Shaq is the most dominant player to ever play the game for real.
But I'm gonna tell you, you know what? I think the Orlando Shaq is I like him better than I did the Lakers Shaq
He was
because
in better shape, I
he
think.
was in much better shape. And when Shaq was in phenomenal shape, like if you would have took the Orlando Shaq when he was in like phenomenal shape and put him
Mm-hmm.
with Kobe,
Mm-hmm.
they would have won to more championships. Shaq started
Hell yeah.
getting like he started getting big. He was already seven
Tanky,
feet tall.
tanky, yeah.
He was getting real tanky, but it was like getting to the point where like he couldn't even like I watched Shaq like he was like even running down the court. It was like he
Yeah.
that gas tank wasn't there. Now granted, Shaq was I ain't taking nothing from him, but like I think if Shaq like put like this, and I'm going out on the limb saying this because I watched him play, but from what I've seen, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Giannis. Giannis, like he's a pretty
Honest
good.
as shit.
If you so like if you was if you were to put a Giannis with Kobe, I think that could have been a
Yeah,
problem.
absolutely. I think Shaq was older too, so Kobe wasn't gonna be able to come in
Oh
and
yeah,
not only that, Kobe wasn't even Kobe yet. You know what I mean? As far as in the NBA, so with somebody already being a vet in comparison to you, and you not even really being the you to tell people what to do yet, he wouldn't have been able to do that with Shaq. But with somebody like Giannis, even if it was like a little closer, something like that, shit, I think if Kobe had Giannis and his retirement year, that shit would have been fucking crazy.
hell yeah, hell yeah. Like I mean, I don't really know of any dynamic duels right now. I am getting kind of like hooked into basketball a little bit. It's been a while, but like you know, I ain't gonna lie, the boy Anthony Edwards has really got me.
Yeah,
He got
that's
me
the new
watching.
face. That's the new face. That's the hands down. People do, and ironically, this the thing. Funny as hell. Might have talked about this before, but Anthony Edwards has been in the league prior to the success and the stardom. It's really from his gameplay on the court of what you've been doing and wilding. Not only that, the moment that shit started happening with John Morant, like Anthony Edwards just rose right up in that spot. Not saying John Morant, because John Morant gonna have his fans, and he's still. I would like to think he's gonna be out of the way from now on. You know what I'm
Hopefully,
saying? But I do. I'm looking forward to John Morant, and not only that, the thing that's underrated. I don't know if Boston gets that ring if Anthony Edwards doesn't knock um Denver out of the um
that's true.
running. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people wasn't expecting for that shit to happen. I think it's funny because the Mavericks got, which is the team that's technically the team I'm running with now because I'm a Kyrie guy. But Kyrie and Luca will be like one of those ones. And now you got Clay over there, and he damn near looking reminiscent of what he was at Warriors when he was clicking. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
So
that nigga
it's
too. He fucked the money up, but I'm sorry.
what was
He,
it? What was it?
bro, he couldn't even get 15 points, man. 15
When was
fucking
this?
points. This was I would have to go back and look at my ledger, but like
This it's been recently,
it
like
was
since he
recently.
been
It
on
was
this.
recently. It was like no, excuse me. He had to get 16.5. And granted, of course, I don't know why they just put 17 fucking points. Nobody gets 16 and a half points. Like so, he had to get 16.5. That nigga got like it was like 12 points. And I was like, Clay Thomas, what the fuck is going, bro? You Clay
You know
Thomas?
why though? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. They got a real good team. One, he just got there. They got a
Oh,
real good team without him.
so they
So
gotta see how this. They
realistically
gotta see how he
speaking,
fit in.
no. I mean, yeah, but he been clicking, right? He been. It's like, damn. It's almost like this nigga been here the way. But the thing is, this ain't like what it was on the Warriors because he was a first. He was a 1B two option with him and Steph Curry, and then whatever. With the Mavericks, they all well-rounded team. They got great big men. They dish it to a lot, and then you got to think the 1 and 2 on that team is Luca and Kyrie. So he's like a third, fourth option on the team now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a starter. He's just a third, fourth option. Like if he
Oh,
not, you know what I'm saying? Because and not only not to like do all that, but Luca and Kyrie is some ISO playing ass niggas. Not saying they don't pass the ball, but and Clay's more of a if I'm open, you know what I'm saying, or I'll
yeah.
dribble up into this three. So it's a little different than what it would be.
So the
But I feel you.
next time I do a fan duel thing, I'm calling you then because I'm like I'm really I'm hearing everything you're saying and you seem to know your shit. Cause like the other motherfuckers I've been talking to ain't just yeah. I'm calling you because like I try to make it work. I go on stat. It's called Stat Muse, and it's like they try to like look up the stats to see how how they do against certain teams when they for the most part I do good, but then I get surprised. Like you know what I'm saying like Victor not getting the points and rebounds. I was like damn bro, but I mean I get it. I gotta look at
Now,
who.
I think that's a Klay Thompson thing because on his debut, I think he had like 22 points or something. He came out there looking like straight up Klay from
Yeah,
Warriors when he, you know what I mean? So I just think it's his role that he played now because he playing with two other people that have put up 30 points together.
I forgot that he was with Dallas. I forgot that
Yeah,
Kyrie because he was it's Kyrie and Luca and whoever else, and then
yeah.
it's Clay and all that. So all right, I'll take that into consideration next time. Then
Back
I
to Anthony Edwards though.
yeah,
Woo! That's the face right there, bro.
yeah.
That's the new face when I think when and the thing about it too. See, this is the thing. It's all laid out. His game is what his game is. He got a crazy hops on the inside. He can shoot all day from the 3 point. He got handles. I ain't saying he ain't Kyrie, but he can go either way. He ain't got no problem doing and getting to his spots on the court. He, you know what I mean? He could do the other side where he could have an interview. He articulate. The nigga sneakers is fire. This is one of the best basketball sneakers I've seen in a long time that actually don't look like everybody else shoe.
Mm.
Like it's I think they got all their ducats in a row with this one. You
And
know what I'm saying?
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
So
I
and
think
also so look with Anthony Edwards. I remember. So I got two of his rookie cards, and then one
mm,
of his cards I have that's a rookie card. It's graded. Do you know what that means? Not being smart. I like
I I got a homeboy that's into that.
okay,
I'm a check in with him, but from what I recall, that's a good thing, I
yeah.
believe.
So it's right. So I have like maybe I want to say 30 graded cards. One of them is a Wolverine, a fucking X-Men Wolverine graded card. But I got an Iverson graded rookie card, and I got an Anthony Edwards graded rookie card, PSA graded, and I got a so that I got Caitlin Clark's rookie card too. I got a feeling that's probably gonna be like worth something.
Yeah.
People can say what they want to say about that girl. In my personal opinion, I don't think she deserved the hate she getting. Like
Who,
I'm,
Caitlin Clark?
yeah. I watch her play. I watched her play. Like the girl, like she genuinely can play. Not to mention, like from shooting, even her assists.
She's
Like
female Steph Curry, no doubt
yeah,
about it.
she
Can't
definitely gets it in. I think it's unfair, but of course, it's bigger than what I'm saying that. And I just feel like some folks just can't handle certain shit. But I don't think she deserves the hate that she gets. Not to mention her like I said, I've watched. She's very professional. Even when the odds are against her, or when shit's being said, she don't. You know what I'm saying? She's not wilding out. And
so my
no,
fault,
no, go
pardon
ahead.
me.
Because like, if it's something that I don't know, please inform me so I can be
No,
more.
you. I agree with you. Like, right, but I understand. Now, there's some other perspectives when it comes to like hating on her. That's just straight up. They might be more of an Angel Reese, like whatever,
Yeah,
whatever, all that. Right, cool. But what I'm speaking to, like, you got your people that where I understand it a little bit is if we talking about. So you got your females who have been in the WNBA and they have been quote unquote what I don't want to say quote unquote they have been top tier for the WNBA,
right.
right? So and not just like okay, like wilding, you know what I'm saying? There's a few over there that be like fucking wilding, you know what I mean? And now you got Shorty show up and all of a sudden money is getting thrown. Da 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 da
Mm,
da da. Now, if you a
that's a
person,
bad
now
look.
granted, you feel me?
It's a
So
bad look.
if I get it from two perspectives. Now, if you're a person that's been there, I'm not talking about nobody that's just been there around and they feel like just because they've been around. I'm talking about them girls that's been cooking over there,
Yeah.
fucking shit up. If you them and you been fucking shit up and doing all this da 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 when shorty show up and all this money get thrown around and they get sneaker deals and da 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 da, you looking like, hold up, what about me? I've been fucking shit up since I've been here for real.
Mm,
And then it's like if you them, Angel Reese, I mean I think or is it Angela? I'm fucking her. She from here too. I'm talking crazy,
Angel,
but
Angel, no, you good.
Angel, yeah, Angel Reese or Caitlin Clarkson. That's her name, right? Caitlin Clarkson
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Clark. Look at me, nigga. That's how you know I'm getting older. I'm just fucking everybody name
K
up.
the clock.
All right. Kayla Clark, you know how I do it. Jesse James. Start fucking everybody name. But no,
It's K.
that's
Yeah, you
funny as
good.
shit. But with them two, from their perspective, they brought that traffic from college.
And yeah, very
You
true.
know what I'm saying? So it's really based off of just their rivalry and everything that they did that they brought from college. That brought this new vested interest and da 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 da. Now, what helps it is that the WNBA has other women in it that's nice as shit. It's
Yeah,
just Angel Reese and Caitlyn brought some millions of new eyes there.
yeah,
So I get it from both perspectives. It's just kind of like damn.
because you got
'Cause
Aja Wilson. You know what I'm saying? You got
yeah,
her.
that's one of the ones there. Yeah, she one of them ones.
You got Kelsey. I think Kelsey Plum.
She nice too.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
calling Asia like technically she would be considered like the female LeBron over there
Yeah,
for real. Like
and like her and Kelsey, like they, man, yeah. But like, I think too. The media plays a big part in that shit too. Like if the media
yeah.
would sometimes just shut the fuck up, or even like just like what I'm saying, like spew. Like I mean, granted, I mean, I guess they just being realists, and
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but like, just shut the fuck up sometimes. But
No, see
they got
that.
a job to do, and and I understand Shannon, all of them, they got jobs to do. Shaq, Chuck, all of them got jobs to do. But like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Shaq was being kind of weird anyway, and that like when he was on Angel Reese podcast, that shit was a little. He was I don't know. Shaq, Shaq need to chill out. I think it was acting
Freaky
like
out.
one of them old
Oh,
huh?
oh, freaky out and shit.
Yeah, yeah, like like nigga,
Relax.
don't nobody like you said what I tell you. I said I love you like a daughter. Yeah, bro, we all like niggas like we from the hood, Shaq. I've
Yeah,
seen grown men be like, yeah, that's little sis, but then
we
you want
definitely come from little. That's my brother. That's my sister. Oh
yeah.
yeah, y'all fucking
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and to tell her that, like, to be like, yeah, remember them little shorts you had on Wildin' Out? If you was out there in those and you was dunking, like, nigga, why would you tell her to sexualize herself? Like, but all right, I guess that's normal, whatever. But at the same time, too, like, I don't know, I don't like the way Angel Reese carry herself, but that's my personal opinion. Like, if that was my sister, I don't know if she has any siblings, but like, I'd be like, look, sis, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta like you only gonna get the respect you put out. You know what I'm saying? Like that you want when based off how you look and how you dress and shit like that. Like you don't gotta sexualize yourself. You just get into it. You don't gotta wear that. You know, it's ways for a
Right.
woman to look beautiful without, what I'm saying, like looking like, what I'm saying, looking like she just trying to get it from whoever come at her. Like, see,
I
like
definitely. My fault. Go ahead. Go ahead. You
nah,
cooking? Go ahead.
I
You
I
cooking?
like I want her to see like what I'm saying like you don't see bride in you like what I'm saying like it's like just I ain't sipping but like I just don't like she don't have to wear the shit she wears what I'm saying like but that's the world we live in and I get it that's what I mean look at her fucking idols and people like and females she got to look up to your Cardi B's and
Damn.
all
You
that
lucky
shit.
I got the soundboard, nigga. I would put the
You know what I'm saying like so it's like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I just feel like she should carry herself a little differently. I'm nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you that despite what me and my sisters go through, whether it's my blood sisters or sisters that I mean shit, like any of them that I hold near and dear, like they all carry themselves like women. They ain't out here dressing like crazy and they get mad respect, you know. Like,
right.
but these bitches out here that's like these so-called role models, they're not role models. I don't think any woman really wakes up and says, "Hey, listen, I want my daughter to be like Cardi B or Meg." Like for real, like what I'm saying. No disrespect to them, but it is what it is. Like, but that shit just
Wow, it's a different breed of parent out here, bro. It's kind of scary, my nigga.
yeah,
I'm gonna lie. Just when I be saying shit, I look at this two different ways, but not no more. I ain't gonna lie, not no more. And I ain't looked at it like this in some time, but when I see certain stuff around like kids, right? I'll be thinking, like, damn, you're not even giving little homie a chance. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
to not be, and it's like you got some parents who done went through it and know the difference. And it's like I'm not necessarily talking about. It ain't nothing about being ashamed of who you are, or where you come from, but we know like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate for children. Some a lot of people don't. And then on top of that, we just know you grow and evolve, and some things that was cool to you when you was younger, even as a people, you know what I'm saying? A culture when you're younger, some shit was cooler. And then you get older and you're like, oh, I was on some dumbass shit. Fuck what I doing. You know what I mean? That
True.
shit is like the to be young and to be having kids, which the world has done it, but it's different when you're a little older and you can see that the person who is raising a baby is not only a baby but like a fool themselves, like with no type of sense. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's that should be like, damn, your little homie, your little shorty, or they're not even getting a chance to not be like a stereotype.
Indeed. Hey, quick question. You think TD Jakes is on the is on the Diddy list?
It's highly possible. He could. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Just because he's a notable figure, and I'm not really too trusting of. We've seen this before with what's on Bishop Eddie Long to some extent,
Yeah.
and many other people who are involved in church activities who you would never think. It's not like an uncommon thing. So I'm
Absolutely.
not saying
I
he
don't trust
would.
any of them niggas.
And it also could be it could also be a hell of a slander campaign because he is a top black or all that in America. That there's that angle that exists, but I don't know enough about it to. Like I say, if you ask me, I think both of them are very possible. Could somebody be throwing smut on Bishop Eddie Long name to discredit him? Yes, we've seen it just as much as we've seen the other way, where we've seen a bunch of uh, people who have been slimy people in positions that they shouldn't be in
Yeah.
abuse it.
You
So I don't know, bro. I ain't
you
gonna lie to you, but
you
it wouldn't surprise me if they said he was, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
you know what? I feel like we all go through things for life experience. So when we was going to Empowerment Temple, we was locked in. We was locked all the way in. Got involved with the church, children's church, all that shit. Now, I'm glad that we did what we did with them, but because it helped me see a lot. First and foremost, I will never donate to a church ever again. I will never like because I seen how it was like it was almost like well, not politicized, just
Slimy.
slimy as hell, bro. Listen, I will never forget. I probably said this to you before, and if I did, my bad. But like it was, we went to the 9 o'clock service, and
Hmm.
sometimes Jen was trying to, she'll stay for more than one service, and that's cool. But we're not donating at every service.
Right.
Not to mention, it was Pastor Brian's birthday, bro, and they wanted us to donate for this nigga's birthday. And what I hate is that when you donate, right, and they like, cause they look around it and they don't see people like going into their pockets and shit. They try to be like, well, so you can go and club and this, that, and other, but you can't do, but you
Trying
can't
to
give.
make you feel
Yeah,
guilty.
you can't. So I'm like, all right. So then I'm like, yeah, I'm talking about it's for God. It's not for God because these donations is paying y'all bills and shit like that. So God
Right.
has nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? God, you know what I'm saying? God wants you to, like, if anything, God wants you to be, He wants you to give 10% of what's yours, right? But it doesn't mean finances, bro. It can be 10% of your time. You can like 10% of something that's yours to give to somebody else so you can be a blessing to so you can be a blessing to them and help them out in some way, shape, or form. So like when I started seeing that shit and they asked us to donate to for his birthday, that's when I started getting like really iffy. What the fuck is going on here? So I started really opening my ears. Being around people, listening to conversations and shit. Cause like, yeah, I was being nosy because I wanted to know like is this church or is this a business? And I really got to see that church is nothing but a fucking business. Now, like I said, prayer, faith, that's important. If you got a pastor that's really giving you a good message, you might need that, so it can help you get through your week, through your day, or help you be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, keep your eyes on whatever prize you're trying to, like, keep your eyes on the prize. And I get that. But like all the other shit, nah. Like all
And
that all that over donating shit, nah.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Like you asking these people this is Baltimore City, bro. Like these motherfuckers is like times is hard. And you
yeah,
want niggas to
they,
be like, and you saying shit like donate your last. But then when you hear like when I would hear him say that, I would hear this voice in the back of my head saying, don't do that. Don't donate your last, because that money that was your last, that was supposed to be for groceries for the house.
yep.
And I'm like, maybe I feel like that's God's common sense. Like, please listen, don't listen to these niggas. They don't speak on my behalf. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. We're donating a little bit, but like we're not going crazy with that. Much respect
And
to the
see,
churches, to the real live, genuine churches out here that's really spreading the word, spreading the gospel, and shit like that. But to them
back in the
ones,
day, you used to be able to go to the church if you was fucked up. So
exactly,
you wouldn't feel no type of way about putting stuff into it. If they'd help you out if you was fucked up on food or maybe short on rent or whatever the case may be.
right.
You know what I mean? But now it's just like,
They want to just drain you dry. And like, and I think when I seen Pastor Brian when he left Empowerment Temple to go to the church that was in Atlanta, which was a mega church, I'm like, damn, bro,
are
like
you
you
talking
saw
about Jamal Bryant?
Jamal Bryant, yeah,
Wow. I
yeah,
didn't know you. Oh, shit.
yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the same homie that got wilded out by homie
yeah,
downtown right on camera.
yep. So
All
look,
right.
oh, it's funny you say that, right? So look, when that first happened, I was still at Empowerment Temple and I was Team Jamal Bryant, so I wrote some shit and I was like, because I didn't like it, right? But I didn't know what was
Mm-hmm.
really going on. So somebody responded to what I wrote damn near 9, 10 years ago. And I responded to them. I said, listen, I said, I wrote this before I knew before I knew who Pastor Brown was.
Mm-hmm.
So please disregard what what that said.
That's real.
Because he you know what I'm saying? He left Empowerment Temple and went to another church. And nigga, that was for the fucking money. Like,
Did he I mean, it don't really matter, but it do a little bit. Did he leave letting people know that he was leaving, or he left like in the middle of the night
not
type?
it was one of the things where he took the job and then like
Mm-hmm.
left shortly after, and the private
Mm-hmm.
temple was in debt and everything. You know what I'm
Right in his
saying? So
pocket.
like, so for it's always been fuck him after that. And they like, you can't speak about the man. Listen, I don't give a fuck about it. He's still a man. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? You'll never hear me be blasphemous from towards God or towards anybody's faith. But Pastor Jamal Bryant, fuck that nigga. Like straight up, fuck all of them. Him, TD Jakes, all them niggas. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause I don't like. The thing is, you're a millionaire. How you a millionaire? You getting like what I'm saying. I mean, you might do a few speeches and shit, but you getting your money off the
From
backs
the
of these,
people.
yeah, from the people. So fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Like you might do a little bit to help, but you do like, do you do it because you care or do you do it because it's good PR?
Keep
You
that money
know,
coming in.
right? So you know, and I know that's not going to be famous for, or I don't give a fuck. I listen. Come on now, you already know I don't care about nobody's opinion. I voted for Trump, so like, what the fuck, like, so
I
like.
see you about to say. I see your man got the W. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, I'm gonna hold him accountable for like what I'm saying, like it,
Boy.
huh?
Yeah, you better, cause
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Anybody, this is I ain't gonna stop what you
Now
gonna say.
go ahead.
I was about to say anybody who openly, outwardly voted for Trump, when something don't go right, niggas gonna be
They coming for
at
me.
niggas. Yes, yes. So you know
Absolutely.
what I
And I'm
mean.
and you know what?
It'd be nice to see if he proved niggas wrong though. Keep it a buck with you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They and the thing is,
But
what was so
oh,
crazy, once he became president elect, right? shit started changing before he like. So he hasn't even done inauguration yet in New York. They just recently stopped the
I
immigrants
was
because
about to ask you about
they
that.
was
Yeah.
giving out for they was giving
If you
well
married somebody dual
they
citizenship.
yeah, and they called it the magic money cards, and they was giving them to immigrants and just like yeah, I think it was $500 a week for each immigrant so they can eat.
Mhm.
They just that shit's did they like that shit's been cut off. And listen to me, I ain't against it. We out here suffering, we hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I always had a big problem with them. Like, like y'all, I'm like, bro, y'all taking care of immigrants and people that's not even from here, but y'all leaving us hanging. So like the fact they did that, I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? Like let's take care of home first. Like cause y'all want the economy to be better, but the motherfuckers that's actually going to help the economy, y'all just leaving them in the cold. You know? And I mean and like I said, like politics is politics, but some shit I see happening. Like all the world leaders reached out, you know what I'm saying, reached out to him and all it's been a fucking ceasefire in one of those in one of those war-ridden countries. A lot of
Mhm.
shit has been happening. But what was weird though, and I really truly believe this is why I think Joe Biden voted for Trump. Cause like he came to give a speech. And normally Joe's not on Joe is always like he looked pretty bad. That nigga came out there to the mic. He kind of like he jogged a little bit. I said, like Joe look happy as hell. But like, it's one of them things like, and they show it was a landslide. Like, bro, I was up to 3 in the morning
Yeah.
watching everything, and it wasn't just like people. It wasn't just white men and white women. It was brothers. It was Latinos.
Yeah, I
It,
seen the percentages. It
it was
was
the working
definitely
class people. You know what I'm
it
saying?
was
And
I mean, no doubt about that. It was definitely primarily white men, white women, and then I think followed behind that, I think it was like 12% of black voters, black men voters voted for him. Then it was Latinos at like 40 something percent, and then it was I think Mexicans or something like that at like something
yeah,
percent. So he definitely it wasn't like no back and forth. It
you
definitely
know,
wasn't.
I think that I'm telling you, man, I think shit's gonna be all right. Like I don't think a lot of people. The thing is, people can feel how they want to feel, but for real, like it seemed like the country because like they know that he's gonna take care of here of home first. Which you know what I'm saying. Which like people are starting to be like a little united. It's still a little bit of shit happening. People saying what they're saying or whatever. But well, that's gonna be
I'm
what
gonna
it's
keep
gonna
it a
be.
buck. The complaint that I've been hearing from people, more the pushback since the election, to be honest, it's been primarily and it's been women who have been talking about the rights and all of the stuff that
Yeah,
they've not gonna get back or whatever was supposed to be being fought for. Or not to say it like that, but I
right.
want to speak specifically on, you know what I mean? But that's what I've been hearing a lot. I know a lot of people have been saying whatever they wanted to say, but the more intense reviews since whatever has happened I've seen has predominantly been from women, and then other than that I've seen some people say like y'all just don't understand all of the rights and things that we have lost with this, but you will find out. That's the main thing that I keep hearing. I don't really hear nobody stressing about nothing else but rights being lost and things like that is the main thing that I keep hearing.
Yeah. And the thing is, so I did some like research on the whole abortion situation because I do believe that nobody should tell a woman what to do with their body.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Now, so so what he wants to do, he wants to give it to the states. He wants each state. You know what I'm saying? He want to give it to the states. And I was having a conversation with one of my homegirls, and she was like, "Yeah, but then, well, but who's in that? But who's the senator and the governor of that state?" And I said, "That's why you gotta do your research and you gotta vote and see who these people are." Like people like voting. I mean, people can say what they want to say about voting, but voting it's still important. I think it's still important, and I think that if people, especially when it comes to the fucking Senate and shit like that, the ones like that's where the power at for real, for real. Like people focus on the
Yeah.
they focus on the presidency, and I get that, but focus on that fucking Senate vote. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your councilmen and councilwomen. Like, see who these motherfuckers are. Don't just jot them in and you don't know, who they are. Like, all that shit matters. So like, hopefully, but people like I feel like people just in general like like some motherfuckers like to be enraged. They like to. It's almost like they enjoy being offended because then they got a reason to complain. It's like motherfuckers just don't want to try to be happy or look for a reason to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like things could be a lot worse. I mean, honestly, things have been pretty fucked up. Like when we go buy groceries, it's bad. It's really bad. And you live by yourself, but I'm pretty sure you still. Matter of fact, I remember you told me because you was I think when you was in this and when you was in the city, the
Yeah.
prices just from the city to out in the county was like,
Drastically different, bro.
you
For
know what
the
I'm saying?
same shit. What a box of pasta in the county I can get for $1, like straight up. In the city, you're gonna pay like $2, $2.25. Loaf of bread, $2 more. Like it's eggs, $2-3 more. Like juice, $1 or $2 more. Everything. It was just
Yeah,
like, what the hell?
that shit is that shit is real. Like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happens overnight. I know there's some things like so he has Robert F. Kennedy focusing on the health part of it, and that motherfucker's the real deal. And a lot of people like they know they hear the last name Kennedy and they're like, oh, he's related to them, but like no, he's big on health and environmental issues. And he was even talking about he brought it up that he was saying that if you look at the ingredients in Fruit Loops in America and you look at the ingredients in Fruit Loops just in Canada, it's like the ingredient like they have I think it's like 10 or 15 more ingredients in the American Fruit Loops compared to
That's a
Canada.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. So I looked
I
it up
mean,
because I
that's
wanted.
their way of killing us and controlling us, though. It's not even trying to be like weird, but
No, that's
I
true.
think
Very
one
true.
side of it is the chemicals and the control, and then the other side is how can I keep making the same thing but spending less money for the ingredients, even if the ingredients is killing your ass.
So Robert F is going to be going through the FDA because they ain't shit neither. But he's going to be going through them and he's going to be reaching out to Kellogg. Like he's really going to try to make a difference in the health and the shit that we put into our children. And that's what's important because for real, like the children, it's this is of course a oxymoron, but like the children are the future, which is real. They really are. Like J3, Tierra's daughter Nyla, these is, you know what I'm saying, they're 9 and 10 years old, but their fucking intellect is on a whole different level. Like I thought Eli intellect was crazy. These the intellect of these 10-year-olds, like every once in a while I'll hear J3 like, you know, going to school and like talking to like his other classmates and shit.
Yeah,
And the conversations be amazing, bro. Like the one little girl has said that this was like maybe last year. The one little girl has said that she was a princess. And the little boy was like, he was like, "You're not a princess. This isn't England. We don't have princesses and queens in America." And she's like, "Well, my daddy said I was a princess, but they were like, well, then your dad needs to take you to England." And I was like, "These is," I'm like, "Bro, these
well,
are not 9 year old like they,
right, right,
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was it was beautiful. And I'm like, for them to have this kind of intellect, that shows like their
yes,
intelligence is heightened. Now granted, J3 still homeschooled, you know what I'm saying? So and these are all homeschool children. So they're not exposed to like the shit that we was exposed to in our regular brick and mortar schools that we went to. And I
yeah.
really think that makes a difference. Not taking nothing from regular
It
from regular,
does. It absolutely does.
you know. But like, and the fact that they're able to still socialize, because that was the biggest thing. They're like, well, you don't want to homeschool kids because you can't because they don't socialize. Technology
Right,
has came
right.
a long way. Now they socialize, they see each other, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's an interesting thing, and like you know, people don't really care for the whole MAGA movement, make America great again. But Robert F. Kennedy is like his movement is making America healthy again. and I love it because, like, for real, I'll choose better health over anything. Because, like,
Right.
no health, no wealth. So you can't live good and be unhealthy. So,
No,
like,
that's real shit.
what I'm saying. So I'm just sitting back and I'm watching. I'm making sure I stay up on everything, making sure I do the proper research. I don't watch mainstream main media news. There's always different YouTubers and shit like that because YouTube is where that's where it's at. Like, these motherfuckers on YouTube getting more views and more listens than your fucking regular Fox News and shit like that, or CNN or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a different time. It's definitely a different time.
Hell yeah. But shit, man, I'm about to grab something to eat, brother, man. What I'm saying? This conversation was amazing. Get you
Shit.
in. You know, thank you for allowing me to record you and all that good shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And I'm gonna holler at you, brother.
All right, broski.
All right, be
All
safe, man.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.